Okay, let's dive into this. The race for this year's World Cup Golden Ball has literally shifted right before our eyes in these final stages. I mean, over the last few weeks, we've seen absolutely unbelievable performances, some crazy unexpected exits, and historical narratives basically rewriting themselves in real time. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how this race turned on its head, who the actual contenders are heading into the final weekend, and why football's ultimate individual prize is always so fiercely debated.
Now, just so we're all on the same page, the Golden Ball isn't just your run-of-the-mill trophy. It's the award given to the single best player of the entire World Cup. But here is the kicker. The mechanics of the vote are what make it so incredibly dramatic. It's actually voted on by the international media right before the final ball is even kicked. Think about that. That means everything leading up to that final whistle, every single pass, every clutch defensive stand, every jaw-dropping comeback, is weighing heavily on the voters' minds in the absolute closing moments of the tournament. The stakes literally could not be higher.
And you know, for the vast majority of this tournament, if you asked anybody who was going to win this thing, you'd really only hear two names. It was completely a two-man conversation. No one else was even getting a look in. It kind of felt like every other player on the pitch was just a background character in this one massive, overarching storyline.
Now, what's really interesting about these two is the totally contrasting nature of their campaigns. On one side, you've got France's talisman, Kylian Mbappé. Before we hit the later stages, he was heavily favored to take home the Golden Boot and right alongside it, the Golden Ball. His dominance out there was just terrifying. But then on the other side, you have Lionel Messi. And Messi isn't just chasing another trophy for the cabinet, he's chasing absolute history. He's going for an unprecedented third Golden Ball after already winning it in 2014 and 2022. So we had this ultimate clash, right? Mbappe's sheer unstoppable force going right up against Messi's historic quest. But then the semifinals happened. And man, this is where the entire narrative took a massive, unbelievable turn. Everything we thought we knew about this two-horse race just completely blew up in the span of a couple of days. The sequence of events we're about to look at is just wild.
Let's break this down. Semifinal day 1. Spain systematically dismantles France, winning 2-0. Boom. Just like that, Mbappe's strongest case for the award practically vanishes. Then we roll into day 2. Argentina is down 2-0 against England. It's the 80th minute. It looks over. The dream is completely dead, right? But then, Messi just takes over. He delivers 2 absolutely stunning assists in those final minutes, and Argentina completes a shocking comeback that, let's be honest, they had absolutely no business completing. By the time the ref blew that final whistle, the bookmakers' odds had shifted so violently, they were basically calling the race decided. In the blink of an eye, Messi became the overwhelming, lopsided favorite.
But hold on a second. Is it really a done deal? Because despite what the betting odds might tell you, this whole thing isn't just about Messi. With Mbappé out of the picture, the door has swung wide open for some incredibly compelling dark horses. We've got guys who have quietly but super forcefully built their own undeniable cases for the prize.
Let's run through them real quick. First up, the scorer, Jude Bellingham. He literally surged into contention by dropping back-to-back braces for England in the highest pressure knockout stages. Then we've got the prodigy, Lamine Yamal. Guys, he is only 19 years old, yet he has quietly been one of the most dangerous attackers of the entire tournament. Reaching the final with Spain gives him one massive last stage to prove his point. And finally, the anchor, Rodri, the reigning Ballon d'Or winner. His case isn't about those flashy highlight reels, It's about total, absolute control. He has anchored Spain's defense so flawlessly that they have conceded just one single goal this entire World Cup. That is insane.
Now, you might be looking at Bellingham's crazy goal tally or Rodri's totally lockdown defensive record and wondering, okay, how do we even begin to compare these? Well, this brings us to a fundamental truth about how this specific award works. The Golden Ball is entirely different from almost every other prize in sports. It's not just handed to whoever fills out the stat sheet. It is absolutely not some simple math equation of who scored the most goals or logged the most assists.
So, the crucial point is beautifully summarized in the official voting criteria. The award is, and I quote, voted on by journalists covering the tournament based on overall influence, moments that shifted a match, performances that shaped how a team advanced. And this perfectly illustrates why the race is so fluid. It's inherently subjective. It's completely narrative-driven. It's about who stepped onto the pitch and made the voters actually feel the impact of their play. It comes down to pure influence and those unforgettable match-shifting moments. We're talking about things like Messi's late-game magic against England or Rodri's suffocating tournament-long control of the midfield.
because this voting relies so heavily on those shifting narratives and that feeling of influence right up until the very last second. The final match itself is just monumentally important. Sunday isn't just a battle for team glory. No, Sunday decides two massive things at the exact same time. Who gets to lift that team trophy, and who walks away with the individual honor that's going to define the rest of their entire career. Even though Messi is walking into this final as the overwhelming favorite, just think about it. One legendary, breathtaking performance on Sunday, whether it's from Yamal, from Rodri, or from Messi himself, could still completely rewrite this entire conversation.
Football has taught us, especially in this exact tournament, time and time again, that the story is absolutely never finished until the referee blows the whistle on the very last match. We are looking at a spectacularly high-stakes duel battle this Sunday. The ultimate team prize and the ultimate individual prize are all just hanging in the balance over 90 minutes of football. So I want to leave you with this question to ponder as we head into the weekend. Who is going to write the final story? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and enjoy the match.